Hey everyone, it's time to talk about the Traitors, episode 3.
Oh, hi. We've been doing this all day.
It has been a very enjoyable day.
But a long day.
Yes.
It's like...
It's a lot to take
5:30
in.
right now.
It's so much deliciousness at once. Yeah, I feel full right now. I feel stuffed. I need a little break.
I know. I need to think about this.
I need to process it all.
I know. So last time we left the Traitors in the turret, Boston Rob had just walked in with his dumbass backward hat.
Whoa.
Not fashion.
He said he's been wearing it since 87.
It looks it.
Oh!
All right, so no one is thrilled about Rob being a traitor.
I mean, Danielle, she doesn't want Rob in this game. But
Right.
if he's going to be in this game, she's happy that he is on her team.
Is she, though?
I mean, that's what she said. Boston Rob was like, I don't like this group because it's too many different personalities. It really is.
It's very diverse.
Very diverse game-wise and
Yeah.
everything coming together to make these decisions. There's a lot of clashing.
There's a lot of
clashing.
sloppy playing going on here.
I don't remember this much discord amongst
the
traitors this early on.
Yeah.
Usually we got a few weeks where they're like in lockstep. And
yeah. Remember how they turned on Phaedra?
Yeah. I do remember that.
All right. So Bob, his plan is to get Dolores out.
He wants to go for another housewife. He thinks that is the move. Just keep doing that, and eventually everyone's going to want to vote out Robin because they think that she's the one doing this. I don't think that's the move. I don't think a housewife is the move here.
Sorry, sis. It's not it.
Yeah.
All right. So the girls don't want a housewife out because they're smart.
They think it's overplayed. And I think Boston Rob also tuned in or, made his opinion known.
Well, he said he wants Tom. He wants Tom out because that would make sense.
Why?
Because he's been a big target. He's been playing. He's loud. He's been playing too hard. He's like really trying to micromanage everything. Take everybody on their tours and, throwing out ideas, trying to put ideas in people's heads.
Maybe he's also friends with Ariana. I don't know.
Maybe. But Carolyn throws out Brittany.
And Daniel's like, oh, no. Because if Brittany goes, that will be pinned on me. Because they've had their beef, and there's a whole lot of, if this person goes, I'm going to be in trouble. If this person goes, I'm going to be in trouble. So everybody has their people that they do not want to go.
So we don't really find out at first, obviously, because it's going to be down between Tom, Dolores, or Ayan. Where did Ayan come from?
Well, she's a housewife.
Yes, but she didn't do anything.
I know. They were saying if Ayan were to go, it would just keep the chaos going, keep people guessing, because she's not really a threat.
Stupid move.
I think that's still wrong.
Very stupid move. So we're at breakfast again, and the Cage Boys come in.
I can't believe they decided to call themselves the Cage Boys. That's too much.
The billionaire Cage Boys.
That's like the Disgusting Brothers on Succession. Not the Cage Boys.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is Wes, Derek, and Boston Rob. They came in first for breakfast.
The old geezers.
Yeah, Derek is thinking there's no way that they brought 3 of us into this game and one of us is not a traitor.
Exactly, smarty.
He knows it's not him, so he's like, it's got to be either Wes or Rob.
Does he know it's not him?
I hope so. So he is definitely watching both of them closely. I'm curious to see how he's going to do as a faithful.
Private eyes, they're watching you?
He's a detective. He's got skills with this, so I want to see if he's able to sniff it out.
Yes. So Danielle said, oh wait, they're not revealing who got the shields also.
Yeah, they're going to keep that on the down low for now.
Danielle said she knew Bob was a faithful.
Yeah, she comes into the breakfast room and she's got a lot to say.
That is a lot
Maybe
of information to be throwing out all at once with no backup requisite, you know.
They keep cutting
by the way, Bob's a faithful. I know it.
Yeah. They keep cutting to Rob as Danielle's talking and he's always just like, she's saying too much.
He doesn't say a lot, which is very telling, smart people spend less time talking and more time listening, and I could see him listening a lot. So
I think Danielle is starting to do too much.
She was doing too much last episode.
The crying,
It's phony baloney. She's getting drunk with the power. No, not good. So, let's see.
We find out that Ion was, in fact,
oh, no!
murdered. Not Ion. I love her.
Why on earth? Why?
She's so innocent.
So she's upset, and it kills me to see her upset.
I know.
Because she did an awful lot of crying on Dubai. She really did.
Well,
she's very sensitive. She's been through a lot.
She feels like this didn't make sense, and I have to agree. I don't think this was a great move by the
Girl,
Traitors.
you didn't deserve this.
Yeah, this was not a great move.
But you got a beautiful family. Go home and enjoy them.
Well, Carolyn was not on board with this move. She was not happy about Ion going.
Yeah, she did not want to murder Ion. And because she's smart.
Yeah. This kind of broke my heart, too, how Carolyn was talking about how she's always one of the outsiders.
The turd on the wall?
She calls herself the turd on the wall.
But she said she's going to make it to the end.
I hope she's right.
Hope so, too. Bob Harper is talking to his little group of hens over there.
Okay, this was messed up because...
He said he thought she was nuts.
And she heard this. She heard them talking about her. That's so sad.
Really, Bob? Really?
Yeah, I don't like that.
He said she's nuts, but she's not a traitor. Thanks. That's a great consolation prize.
Yeah, right? So anyway, Jeremy is talking to Carolyn.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I need you to keep an eye on Danielle.
Yes.
'Cause
I'm starting to suspect.
Uh-oh! I mean, he's not wrong. He's figuring it out.
I'm telling you, these Survivor people, top notch.
Yeah.
Top notch.
Definitely.
I hate to say it, but they're better than the brothers.
I mean, it depends. You know, sometimes Survivor has the edge. Sometimes Big Brother has the edge. It depends who it is.
All right. Well, Dylan. No, sorry. I'm sorry. Wes and Robin. They're talking.
This is a combination that I never really thought I would see speaking together.
She thinks Tony murdered Ion.
Yeah, she seems to think it's Tony.
He was trying to deflect her away from that. He was trying to lead her into saying something else.
Well, that's one of his, no, that's not his cage bro. But I mean, same vibe. I feel like Tony is kind of like with the cage bros, you know what I mean? Like they're all that like alpha male type.
He got a shield.
He did get a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Wes.
But it's also stupid to fall for the bait that Tony would have murdered Ion, because that would have been way too obvious.
Right. So Wes is like, I'm going to go tell Tony. He lets Tony know that Robin is throwing his name out there.
Oh.
And Tony's like, wait, what? What's going on?
And Dylan's doing the most over in his group, his little group of, like 5 people?
I mean, some of his instincts are also pretty spot on.
He says that Robin and Bob are traitors.
Oh. I mean, he's looking
half right.
What happened with Wes and Wes's banishment. And Bob was definitely one of the people that was like, I think Wes is a traitor. And then he, like, backed away from that and let it just kind of, like, snowball.
Right.
So, Dylan is definitely suspicious of that, and he should be.
Wait, Wes's banishment?
I thought I said Wells. I don't know. It's
Wes.
why these names are so similar. Wells.
It's like, wait, he's still here.
Wells' banishment.
Yes. All right, so it's time for the challenge. This one was a creepy one.
This was creepy. But it was a good idea for a competition.
It was a good idea for a competition. But I kind of wish they would have done a random draw for entering the house.
Some of these teams were pretty random, though. Because they were just like...
Whoever you're standing next to.
Yeah, whoever you're sharing a star with. So this is a fun fair. It's a fun house.
It's a dilapidated, gross, disease-induced...
Clown-infested.
Yeah. Like sick clown-infested. So you're in teams of 2. You enter the fun house, both holding a little...
One team at a time.
It balloon, a gold one.
This is It Chapter 3.
It's worth $2,000. What are you eating?
Yeah, if you make it through... What is that?
It's a marshmallow.
Okay, he can have that. If you make it through the fun house with your balloon intact,
it's $2,000 for the bank.
That goes into the winner's pot.
Yes.
But the way this works, you're going through one room at a time, and there are 4 doors.
4 choices.
For each room to move forward. And only one of those doors is the correct door.
Right.
Every other one, the clown pops out and stabs your balloon.
Yeah.
And you're out.
Right.
So everybody is able to listen
to what's going on
via speaker.
Right.
So you want to be able to give the rest of your friends.
Are they your friends though?
Some clues. Well, I mean, you're all working towards the same goal.
Because I guess you're trying to get the money.
Yeah. You want to be able to let them know which door you're going through.
But you can't say it's like the second door or the first door. You have to describe the pattern on the door.
Well, that's what I was wondering, because I was like, that makes the most sense. That's the easiest thing to do, but nobody was doing it. So there must have been some sort of rule. Like, you can't say, it's the second door in from the left. It's just too easy. So they had to describe, like, what the doors looked like, and some people were just, like, not good at this.
No, they were not.
And then some people were not good at remembering what was said.
Yes.
So the first team to make it through completely was going to get 2 shields, one for each teammate. And then they were able to pick which order they would be going into the house. So it was another situation where you had to show your ass. Are you selfless enough to go first, probably not get the shield, but help out your teammates?
Right. Or
were you going to wait till later in the lineup?
So freaking Bob Harper had to harp on Tony and be like, dude, you need to step up because it's always the same people.
And again, it was the same people who were going to volunteer to go early in the lineup.
Right. Bob Harper,
Robin was in there.
So Tony said, oh, F it. I'll just do it then. So he went with his partner, Nikki.
She was not happy to be dragged in first against her will here. She did not agree to that.
No. So they went in. They went up in smoke.
You know what's really sad?
What?
So the first 3 duos were incorrect. So you think that the 4th one to go in
would be correct?
They would get that door. And they did not. So that was a waste.
Yes.
I think that was Bob Harper and Dolores who went in 4th and got that wrong. That's pretty embarrassing. So eventually somebody gets into the 2nd room. Somebody gets into the 3rd room. I believe there were 5 rooms total.
I think so, yeah.
So eventually
it came down to Sierra and Wes.
They were the only ones who got to that last room.
They're standing at the last room with the doors, with their little balloon, and they blew it.
Yeah, a 25% chance to be right. Because, again, there was no information from that room. They were the first ones in there, and they got it wrong. So, as a group, they banked $0.
And no shields.
And no shields were given out.
No safety.
That's a pretty big fail. That's a flop.
It is a pretty big fail. So, Nikki and Tony are talking about, is Bob Harper a traitor? Because, like...
What the heck did he just do?
He kind of forced us to go first. Why did he do that?
Yeah, they're not happy about that.
And Jeremy says, well, in my car, I'm going to say that I think Danielle's a traitor. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say that Danielle's a traitor.
He's not wrong. He feels like she's acting, like overacting, the crying.
He's right.
He is right.
And Bob the drag queen is in that car, and he's like, gulp.
I'm telling.
Yeah, so he goes and tells Danielle, and she is pissed.
Yeah, she's not happy about it.
She is super pissed. And Carolyn joins the little conversation, and Danielle says,
you got that Survivor connection with Jeremy. Has he said anything to you about me?
Yes.
And Carolyn's like...
That kind of called her out and, like, showed her ass a little bit, too. Like, why didn't you go back and tell Danielle?
It could have just been a case of she didn't have a chance to tell her yet.
That's true.
I mean, especially with everybody around.
Yeah.
So, I think she has some...
I feel like she's really on the outs with that group, though, anyway.
I do, too.
Because she's smart and they're not.
I wouldn't say they're not, but they definitely have different plans in mind.
Yes, they have different strategies, but, I mean,
she's
I feel
the
like
odd one out of the group.
Her instincts are better than theirs because she's in the Survivor group.
Well, anyway, she did confirm to Danielle that, yes, Jeremy has told me to watch out for you.
So then the little group, the Bambis, Chriselle, Nikki, and Gabby.
They said,
we're doe-eyed.
Ding, 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 ding.
Doe-eyed.
Yeah.
They suspect Tony. Dumb.
Oh, ladies, come on, step it up a little bit. But they're like, you know what? Sometimes the obvious answer is the correct one.
Yeah.
This is not one of those times.
No, it's not. I laughed to myself when I heard that.
Yeah.
So, Dylan mentioned that Bob the drag queen...
This is something that Dylan's been going around saying. Calling Bob the drag queen out to people. And this time he said it to the wrong person. He told Jeremy about it. Jeremy goes and warns Bob. And again, Bob is not happy.
No.
And
he's getting, like, nasty.
He's getting ready for battle.
Yeah. He's really pissed.
So if that pretty boy is going to drop my name at the round table, he's got another thing coming.
So...
Not sweet little Dylan. Dylan Efron.
Bob freaks out to Nikki and Brittany, like, have they been mentioning my name? And Brittany's like, yes. Don't murder me, please.
Yeah.
So now it's time for the round table.
Okay.
The round table is always the highlight of the show, I feel like.
I mean, there's some drama. This cast brings it.
This cast was
Zero
good for
skips.
a reason. Yeah. So Dylan starts this time, and he said Wells was a faithful. And the people that were the loudest against Wells were Bob and Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Bob and Robin.
Bobbin.
Yeah.
So he's like, I think you guys knew he was a faithful, and that's why you're calling him out, so we would vote him out.
Exactly.
So we know, of course, that Robin is not
right.
But
she's just getting lumped in with Bob.
But I mean, he's right about Bob.
Yeah.
Bob is a traitor.
So Bob's super pissed. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm a faithful. I think he was doing a little bit too much.
Your new name is misguided.
Yeah. That was a lot.
I mean, I did laugh, but also I think he is protesting too much. A little bit.
So then Robin tries to deflect, and Gabby ends up bringing up Tony.
Oh, Gabby.
Oh, sweet Tony. Tony calls out Bob Harper, and Bob Harper throws it back on Tony.
Lot of drama
There's
here.
A lot of tussling going on here. So Jeremy said, wait, I have something to say. Jeremy says, Tony crushed my dreams on Survivor.
But he says, I don't think that Tony's a traitor. He's just not getting those vibes. And he's correct. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to stick up for Tony here, even though Tony has done him wrong in the past.
Well, Robin thinks that Alan picked Tony for a very good reason. That Tony is going to do a great job as a traitor. And Alan wouldn't pick people. It's like God never gives you too much that you can't deal with or whatever. So Alan never gives a traitor too much that they can't deal with. Come on, Robin.
First of all, I think the producers are picking. But also...
yeah.
But also, I mean, she kind of does have a point about, like, the producers are only going to pick people that are actually, like, capable of pulling this off. And Tony is certainly in that category.
Of course.
But then Dylan is like, you know who else you can make that argument for? Bob the drag queen.
Yes, because he's a big personality. And he can do the job.
Right.
And he's running the show.
But again, Bob is like, no, that's not true. Like, how dare you? Blah, blah,
misguided.
blah. I mean, he was definitely eating Dylan up in that round table because Dylan was not ready for that.
No.
Is he right? Yes.
Dylan knew that maybe he shouldn't mention Bob the drag queen
he just
if he
doesn't have
didn't have the support. Yet. Well.
You got to have other people in your corner for something like that.
Sneaky, snaky Rob. Boston Rob, dirty backwards hat Boston Rob, since 1987 said, I gave Tony the shield. And he has not talked to me since.
Uh-oh.
But I don't think he's a traitor.
I feel like... So we saw he was all like, I don't like this, but I'm going to have to protect my fellow traitors because they're in trouble right now.
Yeah.
Specifically Bob and, you know, Danielle's name has been thrown around a lot. So he saw his opportunity.
He pulled the pin on the grenade, threw it in, and backed away.
And it was aimed at Tony.
Yep.
Oh, not Tony! I mean, when you think about Survivor, those are two of the people that definitely come to mind very quickly.
Yeah.
So, Tony was, like, legit hurt that Rob was speaking out against him. He's like, are you calling me a traitor? And Rob was like, no.
No,
I mean,
I don't
you basically are.
Well, then why the F did you say that?
Yeah, because, I mean, at that point, then people really start piling on Tony.
So then they had the vote. And it was a little bit over, you know, a couple people. You know, one guy, Jeremy said he did a throwaway vote for like, Tom. Tom was like, okay.
I mean, Tom did vote for Jeremy, so, like, last time.
But Tony was voted out by, like, a lot of votes.
Oh, that was breaking my heart.
And he was, like, tearing up.
Yeah, it's weird seeing Tony emotional. I was not expecting that.
Because he never really got voted out before.
Well, one time.
One time.
But yeah.
But it wasn't at the beginning.
Yeah. I think it was pretty early on. Somebody corrected us in our other video.
Oh, okay.
Tony played 3 times.
Yeah.
He was out early in, like, second chances or something.
Right.
Was it second chances? Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever.
don't know.
One of those. I also just wanted to correct real quick. The winner's pot right now is at 35,000.
Right. I thought Alan said 50, but I guess it's the Scottish accent. It's 15.
15 plus 20, so 35.
Right. From last time.
Yeah. Just wanted to issue that correction. But anyway, yeah, Tony is voted out, which really sucks.
He stood up.
He's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, he is a lot of fun. Spy Shack. I haven't heard any Spy Shack.
Yeah.
All right. He stood up and he said, I'm a faithful.
And Boston Rob, you're a sellout.
Damn!
I mean...
He's right. Now, how much of this is going to stick for the next episode, do you think?
I mean, Boston Rob was already trying to explain himself to everybody.
Do you think people are going to be picking up on it? Because last season, when somebody called out Dan, and we thought, oh, man, that's the nail in Dan's coffin, but they didn't really pick up on it at first.
I mean, it might take a while.
Yeah.
There are other targets, other names out there, so I don't know.
So then after the elimination, the banishment, Bob tries to smooth it over with Dylan. And Dylan's all like, yeah, okay. I was wrong, whatever. But he's like, but I wasn't.
I mean, he's still definitely really suspicious of Bob. And he's just going to keep that in his back pocket for now. As he should. Until he feels like he can trust other people to talk about it with.
Yeah. So now there was no turret meeting this episode.
No, things are going a little differently this time.
Alan said letters only. They got a little letter delivered to their room.
Yeah.
And it said that there wasn't going to be any meeting. And they are going on a mission. A mission in plain sight.
Uh-oh. These are always a lot of fun.
They have to come up with a short list of 3 people that they want to be murdered.
They can include 1 traitor to try and, like, throw people off.
Right, which can't be murdered.
Right.
And it has to be written on this coffin scroll that's located in whatever room, the secret room. And...
Well, it was, like, in or near the wine cellar, like, off the bar.
Right. And they're... the people, I guess, or the...
Those shortlist people are going to be put into the coffins, and then the traitors are going to come back and put the nail in the coffin of whoever they're getting rid of.
Right.
Ah! That's wild.
Yeah. So, they had to do this in plain sight. So, Rob and Bob and Danielle are... they found each other.
There was a lot of running around, the traitors trying to find each other to meet.
But Carolyn didn't find everybody at first.
She was left out, which makes me so sad.
Turd on the wall.
So while she was not there, the other 3 traitors were like, oh, maybe we should get Carolyn in there. Maybe we should convince her to do it. Be in one of the coffins.
They definitely wanted Jeremy in there.
Yeah.
And creative editing made it seem like Robin was listening to them talk in the other room, which I'm not exactly sure she was.
Yeah.
Derek might have been...
close enough to hear.
Yeah, close enough to hear.
But then right at the end, when Carolyn and Danielle were walking out of the room, did Gabby see/hear them? I don't know.
She might have.
It's hard to say.
She was kind of looking in the mirror, so like they couldn't really see her at first.
It's hard to say from that edit if she actually saw them or not.
And will anybody believe her? And will she put 2 and 2 together and realize that
something's going down?
Something's going on.
Well, quite a few people were like, something seems off. Like, this is not the usual. Like, something weird's happening right now.
But will they be able to explain it away?
I don't know.
We're going to have to wait till next week to find out. Which really sucks, because I want all of the episodes right meow.
I know. Who do you think is on the short list?
Definitely Jeremy.
You think so? You don't think Boston Rob's going to be like, no effing way?
No, I think he's going to be on the short list, because if he protests too much, then they're going to realize that he's potentially working with him outside of the traitors.
Do you think Carolyn will be in one of those coffins?
Yes.
Oh.
And who else?
I don't know.
Is it going to be Dylan?
I don't know. Is that too obvious?
I don't know.
That might be too obvious on Bob.
Well, who do you think it's going to be then? Ivor?
It could be. Maybe. I don't know. It's really hard to say, but...
Yeah. Let us know who you think in the comments.
Yeah, let us know your guesses in the comments.
And now we have to go make more videos.
See So thank you all so much for joining. Next week we will be reviewing the episode in a live stream on the night.
Yes, Thursday night.
Yeah, after the episode. So we hope you will join us for that.
It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's all right.
So thank you all so much for watching with us today. We hope you have a great weekend. And until next time, much love.